Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing I-601 waivers. We're specifically discussing such waivers in the context of a CR1 visa. We've made a lot of videos on this channel about CR1 visas specifically, but suffice it to say for this video, a CR1 visa is a conditional resident visa that provides conditional permanent residence to the spouse of an American citizen. And there are specifically ways in which to get that conditionality lifted subsequent to arrival in the United States. That's really not within the focus of this video. We have made other videos on that topic. So conditional versus unconditional permanent residence, there is a difference, but we're not going to go into that here. Check out our channel for that. There are other issues with respect to lift of conditions. There are other videos on that topic on this channel. Now, what we're talking about specifically here is denial of a CR1 visa or a spousal immigrant visa in our case here, at the U.S. Embassy here in Bangkok. Now, this video can be viewed kind of from a general perspective, as the information contained herein is pretty good for those who are denied at any other post around the world. But our main thrust of experience deals with the U.S. Embassy here in Bangkok. Although we do process cases at other posts in the region, we primarily deal with this post here. Now, the CR1 denial can occur for a multitude of reasons. All of those reasons would need to be what's called a legal ground of inadmissibility. So the consular officer needs to make a finding that the applicant for a CR1 visa is inadmissible to the United States. And generally speaking, that needs to be done pursuant to some statutory regulation that stipulates that ground of inadmissibility. So for example, certain types of drug offenses, certain violent crimes, a criminal history, certain things called crimes involving moral turpitude, prostitution, if it's found that there has been a material misrepresentation, so fraud, misrepresentation, either in the application or something sort of something sort of connected to the application for those immigration benefits, or a prior finding of fraud and misrepresentation. So for example, someone lied in a prior application and it's coming to light in the current application, that can be a finding of inadmissibility. Overstay in the United States, we see that rather frequently, folks who have overstayed their prior visa status in the US and are held to be inadmissible from returning for a certain statutorily prescribed period of time. We see that a lot. Any of these grounds of inadmissibility can cause an application for a CR1 visa to be denied. Now, the thing to take away from this video, that denial may not be the end of the road. So there may be a remedy, especially in the form of an I-601 waiver, wherein basically after the case is denied by the embassy here, or I should say a consular officer at the embassy here, for example in Thailand, or anywhere else abroad for that matter, the case, you then need to go ahead and deal with remedying that denial. Now, the remedy for that, again, is an I-601 waiver, and that waiver is going to be adjudicated by the Department of Homeland Security. So this is a different agency from the agency that actually made the denial. In that case, it's the Department of State, or I should say a consular officer, which is a member of the Department of State, is going to make the finding of inadmissibility, and then it's going to be the Department of Homeland Security that's going to go ahead and adjudicate whether or not an I-601 waiver is appropriate under the legal and factual circumstances of the case at hand. Now, I'm not going to go into details as to the nuts and bolts of how a waiver would operate or I should say how a waiver would be approved, because it really is just beyond the scope of a video such as this, due to the fact that the legal and factual scenarios, it's very case specific is what I'm trying to say. So to really try to tease out exactly what's going to cause a waiver to be approved, it's difficult to do that without getting into the specifics of a given case. But the thing to take away from this video is, even if one's, in our case here, mostly Thai spouse is denied for a CR1 visa, or the spouse of an American citizen residing and living of any nationality overseas, that may not be the end of the road. That denial may not be the end-all be-all. It may be possible to get that denial waived upon approval of the waiver, presumably getting the visa issued, and then going ahead and getting one's spouse back to the United States and getting on with one's life. We hope you found this video insightful. For those of you who are interested, we're trying to make videos to provide up-to-date information as soon as this information comes out. And for that reason, it may be a good idea to go ahead and click the bell button, the bell icon below, to go ahead and be updated as these videos come out, as you can go ahead and be apprised of the legal situation as it evolves.